When my dad died, I was in a pretty big time of my life. I was in my first year of high school, and so things were pretty stressful anyway, but my dad dying really hit me pretty hard. And I feel like I dealt with it pretty well at first, but after a while, it felt like everything in my life was just dull, and there was a part of my life that was just missing, and I felt disconnected from everything and didn't know how to relate to other people. They didn't know how to relate to me, and I stopped wanting to be around other people because of that. Um, and that feeling just got worse and worse. I was internalizing everything, and because I wasn't going to other people, and just feeling more and more lonely and down and just hollow. It took more and more energy to do things, just even really simple things. It even got to the point where I wasn't taking care of myself, wasn't getting out of bed, um, and I didn't feel good about myself, um, and just felt worse and worse about myself the more I struggled with everyday life. I was doubting things about myself that I didn't before, and I just felt that hollow feeling all the time, like nothing mattered. Why should I bother? I didn't want to go out and do things that I used to enjoy, like going out with my friends. Um, I felt like if I went out and did things, I had to perform all the time, like plaster this smile on my face that wasn't there usually. And it was just so much work to do anything. And it got to the point where it felt like a lot of it wasn't even grief. It was just this overall down feeling and feeling like I'd never rise above that and get back to normal. And it feels like a physical illness at times, like your body's just taken over and you feel sick and you feel weighed down and you just feel like something's wrong with you. Um, and the whole time when I'm feeling like that, I'm looking at myself and criticizing, and I'm saying, you don't need to be this sad. You just need to take control and pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you like everybody else? Um, and when you're in that state of sadness, those feelings feed on that low energy behavior that you have, and then the behavior feeds on what you're telling yourself, and you just get in this cycle of self-hatred, and you just get trapped in that mode. Um, and so this went on for, I think, at least 6 months, and it got a little better after a while, and then it still comes back sometimes in the years since then, and it'll probably last for about 6 months, maybe get better. Um, and it seems to come back no matter how my life is going. It doesn't matter if something terrible happens. Um, and it's basically you fighting against your own mind, because your mind becomes your worst enemy and you tell yourself these terrible things, and you feel worthless because you can't be strong enough to overpower this, and um, nobody really knows how to help you, and there's not really much people can do to help you, so you have to rely on yourself, which you can't do, and so it's just draining, and it's very difficult to pull yourself out of it. And like, people tend to say, like, it sucks to be sad, like this happened to me and I was sad about it and then I got over it, and um, things in your life are going to happen, but you have to just take responsibility and pull yourself out of it. And like, um, it's like they think you can just fix it. But I don't think people understand that depression isn't something that you do to yourself, and you can't just decide to come out of it.